Everybody. I'm going to discussing about Docker interview questions and answers. So first question, can you explain briefly about Docker architecture? Mostly in almost all the interview, they are going to ask this is the first question. So you need to proceed. Okay. So Docker architecture consists three parts: Docker client, Docker host, and Docker registry. So coming to client, client it is nothing but like a user who is going to interact with the Docker host or Docker engine. So client, so he is going to give the instructions to the Docker host. Inside the Docker host you have that one Docker daemon is also there. Okay, I mean Docker client, he is going to give the commands run, build. Okay, so like that, pull. Okay, so those instructions are given by the Docker client. So coming to the Docker host, inside the Docker host you have that Docker daemon. Okay, so Docker daemon, what is the main function of Docker daemon? In the sense here, Docker daemon will take all the requests from the client through API. So it is going to take a request from the client through the API. API, it is nothing but it will take inputs from the client. So then Docker daemon, it is going to create images, create containers, create network. It is going to create volume also. And here you have the Docker host, right? So what is Docker host? It is nothing but Docker host, it is nothing but where Docker engine was installed. So it is the main part. So where the Docker engine it was installed, it is nothing but Docker host. Then coming to registry. Okay, so registry, it is nothing but a place where we are going to store all the images. So in the registry you have, public and private option will be there. So in the public registry you can keep, okay, which images you are going to expose to the outside environment. Okay, so where you are going to keep your images. Okay, so because we are not going to keep all running containers, it's not possible. So directly we can take image and we can run the image from the registry. So it is a very important part. So totally Docker architecture, it is nothing but client, host and registry. So next question immediately. So what is Docker image? Docker image, it is nothing but developer kept all the source code inside the image to get your application. And so how we can get this Docker image? So Docker image we can get by using Docker file. So once you build your Docker file, you will get Docker image. You can create your image after building Docker file. So then inside the Docker file, what you have? Inside the Docker file you have Docker file commands. Okay, so the next question, what is Docker file? Docker file, it is nothing but a text file which consisting of Docker file commands to get your image. Suppose if you are going to change any command inside the Docker file, so the entire image it is not going to be changed. Only image layer only will be changed. Okay, you can create your image and you can delete your image also. So the next question, what is Docker container? So container, it is nothing but it is a running state of the image. Okay, you can start a container, you can stop a container, and you can check the logs of container also, and you can go inside a container and you can connect network to the container also. You can create your own network and you can uh, connect your network to that container also. And volume is there, you can attach a volume to the Docker container. So finally container, it is nothing but a running state of the image. So by using Docker space ps, we can find out all the running containers. Suppose if you want to see all the containers, I mean stopped and started, by using Docker space ps space -a. Suppose if you want to go inside a container, so which command generally you are going to use, in the sense Docker space exec space -it, and you can give that image name, and finally you can do sh or /bin or bash. So by this you can go inside a container. So how you can run your image, in the sense Docker space run space -d, it is nothing but a daemon, it is nothing but a background process, or d will be helpful to run your container up and running. -p, it is nothing but a port number, so you can give, suppose nginx will be there, so for nginx the default port number is 80. So left side you can give any number, 85, 87 or something, :80. 80, it is right side, it is permanent, you don't have right to change. And then after that you can give your image name. Okay, so this is the way how you are going to run your image to get your container. Then how you can build a Docker file, in the sense Docker space build space -t, and you can give the name, any name. Suppose you can give app1 : 1 is the tag, and then you can finally you can give the space and dot in the sense, so in which location, in that location you create a Docker file, right? So it is going to pick the Docker file and it is going to build to create an image. Okay, so then so this is about a Docker file, Docker image, Docker container, and Docker architecture also. Then next mostly frequently asked question is, how is Docker is different from hypervisor? Hypervisor, it will require extensive hardware to function properly, while Docker will run on the actual operating system. So then it will allow Docker to exponentially fast and perform tasks in a very speed manner. And in case of hypervisor, it is lag comparing to this Docker. Yeah, thank you.